Good morning. Good morning, folks. Good morning, good morning. Alrighty. We're in the Thinkorswim account today because yesterday Thinkorswim was showing a lot more instances of letting me trade it, so I am putting Thinkorswim as the primary broker. Actually, I want to do one thing. I know I just started, but I want to just move one thing around here. Yes, I want to put you here. Okay. Why are you... Get out of here. Okay. Good morning, folks. Okay. Going long may be better than going short. I could certainly see it. We've had a lot of stocks popping up yesterday. After the market opened and after hours. Even looking at our gap scanner, we have significant stocks that are moving. Notably, a lot of stocks are still rolling over from yesterday. UGRO. I want to keep that one on watch. I'll keep feed on watch too. Yeah. Okay, so most of the stocks rolled over. I'm going to keep UGRO and feed from yesterday up. So EEIQ, this one had moved from 3 all the way to 890. Yeah, so we're seeing multiple stocks that are making significant moves. And this was just this morning, too. Yeah. Pump, consolidate, pump. Yeah, that seems like it's been a thing. I mean, this is kind of like a more extreme example. Right? You kind of had this pump, consolidate, pump. So this is kind of like the extreme end of it. But yes, we are seeing that. This one, not much volume, but this is a significant move. FCHL. Very nice pop yesterday. So they announced a proposed offering of shares and warrants, and that caused it to surge? No, there must have been something else that happened. So strange. Yeah, definitely going to keep EEIQ. Yeah, honestly, not super happy with what we have for pre-market here in terms of things to actually move and jump into. A lot of these feel like they've already done the move. I mean, UGRO, it looks like it could be curling back up here, but this thing it's so extended at this point. And FHCO. Yeah, this one too. I can at least keep it on watch. I feel like this one's also kind of done. Right, this one is a death spiral stock on the daily. It's just been brutalized. Even this move from $1.60 to $7.50, in the grand scheme of things, like, this has gone well above its drawdown. Notably, though, all of these are pretty low share outstanding. LICN looks like it could be popping. 16 million, so a bit higher. This one's been relatively stable. Had a pop up a couple days ago. So this might be continuations, potentially. The volume's like non-existent on this thing, though. There's like no volume at all, even on this initial pop. I'll keep this one on watch, but this one just doesn't have the volume for me to really be in it. It needs to pick up. RBNE. Definitely seeing that pop consolidation pattern. This could be the next breakout. This is a stock that historically has had some pops on it. I'm curious if I'll even be able to engage with this one, because since this popped and consolidated, there might not be locates even available. Okay. Let's see if I'm even able to posture here. Yeah. Yep, no shares available on Thinkorswim. We'll check Webull. I'm not really expecting to have any, just because, again, this is a stock that's moved recently. But might as well check. I am able to do it on Webull. Okay, so fair enough. I will put out orders if this does want to get moving. Yep, okay. At least from the Thinkorswim setup, I don't have to just keep going to one moment and hiding the screen every time I place an order. Okay, so my orders are placed for Webull, for RBNE. It still needs to do quite a bit of action, though, before I'm actually going to be entering short on it, because this is a slower mover. Just what I was thinking. The next UGRO today? I mean, maybe. Would you want to short it? Oh, yeah, definitely. No, this one's a much slower mover. Absolutely. Meets my criteria, so I will engage with it if it wants to do it. Now, because I recognize that this one is, because we are in this instance where stocks are making these bigger moves, I have different alignments I can put for it. So I am factoring that in. I'm not just placing the same orders in the same ways each time. I've got a couple methodologies to it. Yeah, I mean, as for why it's pumping, I mean, this is just clearly a continuation play. Yeah, not really any news at the top of the hour, huh? ICN might have been. Yeah, okay, not even. There's actually no news on this at all. Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, is in terms of next big movers, I guess RBNE would be my top candidate. You could always have continuations from stuff like UGRO. Like, this might look like it's over, and realistically it probably is, but I've seen it before where it makes these parabolic moves. You think it's over. Maybe people short it, maybe people cover. Who knows? But I've seen it where, like, you'll get another leg and it'll go up to like 100 or 200 or something crazy. All right, this is allegedly under 1 million shares outstanding. So that's significant, right? Like, this thing can move on very light volume right now. And we're getting like even 20 or 30,000 volume when the stock is $30 a share and there's less than 1 million shares of the stock. This is actually very, very high volume. What if you know for a fact that the ticker runs 500% by end of day? Obviously, you would want to shift to long bias, right? What if you know for a fact it's a ticker that runs 500% by end of day? Would you want to shift long bias? I mean, it depends what you're asking. You're asking, well, in this one instance, that's the exception to your strategy. Would you go long bias then? And my answer would be that I haven't tested it long bias. Like, I've developed this as a purely short bias strategy. There's one specific approach to it. So doing a completely inverse strategy with it, like, it's kind of going against the whole point of building a strategy, really. And I mean, you're asking if I would have known in hindsight. Well, I mean, yeah, in hindsight, if I knew it was going up 500%, I'd go long, but I don't know that, right? Has the same setup as UGRO. I think it could be the next UGRO I'd want to be long. If we think it could be, you'd want to be long. I mean, I understand the logic. I do. You recognize a pattern, you want to capitalize on that pattern. And in some ways, you could argue that I'm also trying to capitalize on that pattern, right? I'm anticipating the next leg up. My orders are significant ways away from the current price. I would only be getting short fills if this actually was making a significant move. So it's not to say that I'm not engaging with it. I'm acknowledging that there could be a bigger move on this, and I have postured accordingly. So it's not that I'm not adapting to it. I just have my own approach to it. Good morning and good luck. You as well, Mr. Silent. Silent Sword. As far as news at the top of the hour, it doesn't really seem like we have anything. Nothing that's moving on the scanners anyway. Jaro ultimately ran 2,500% in 3 days. I think this is where shorts are gun shy. And this is the day we could see a 10x runner before market open. I'm really, really long biased today. Well, good luck, sir. I mean, I want you to make money, of course, right? I'm not rooting against you by any means. And I would agree that so let me put it this way. Like, typically when we see very powerful moves like this, one of two things happens. We get like what was it, the WNW? Was it this one? You get one of two things. You either get the WNWs of the world, where it just pumps and dumps, and shorts get rewarded, longs see, hey, if I would have held this, I would have given it all back. So people are less willing to pile on in these instances. But then you get things like the UGROs, where Not only did it make a very powerful move, but in the grand scheme of things, this thing has held the move. And I would argue that this is a much more powerful signal than the WNWs of the world where they just pump and then give it all back. Right? Shorts are actively still under pressure. Longs probably feel more FOMO to want to get in, to get the next one. And like you said, shorts, in this instance, I would say shorts are probably going to be more gun shy. They're probably going to be sidestepping a bit more. As long, I will say this, as long as the catalyst is good, if you get a really good catalyst on a stock right now today, I would say the odds it performs are probably higher. But I would caveat to say that it does have to be a good catalyst. For example, if you get a stock that moves, like it's a Chinese company, there's no news on it, suspicious price action going into it, I would argue in those instances, shorts would be willing to still pile on aggressively. FOMO City, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're posturing, the market is giving an opportunity where we could see a significant move. Right? We just need to see the catalyst that will give it. Boxel getting some volume coming in here. 50,000. It's pretty good. No news though. That's a bit weird. Downward spiral stock. Don't love that. Super low float though. Under 1 million shares outstanding. All right, so I'm not able to short box on either broker, so love that. See what it ends up doing. But yeah, this one's popping up. It doesn't appear to have news, so not super confident with this one. It could just be a purely dead cat bounce play, but I don't trust this because this is just historically just bled straight into the ground. For context, I would have been short at 152. So that would have been my first entry. Really, really good volume, though. Yeah, you can overlook no news for now since it's under 1 million shares outstanding. Just EGRO sympathy play. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't like that there's no news on this and that this is a death spiral stock. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong. I can't put money on the line to put my money where my mouth is anyway. But I did attempt to short it at least. I would, I want to flag one thing. This probably is over 1 million shares outstanding. I'm just looking at the level 2. It's way too thick. Yeah, I'm seeing over 20,000 orders on both sides. This is definitely thicker than 1 million shares. And given its death spiral history, I would assume there's been some kind of dilution. They've had a lot of shelf registrations last year. They haven't had any this year. So far this entire year, they've had no prospectus, no shelf registrations. They did have a lot last year, though. And I think that actually kind of matches with the chart, right? Because you had a lot of dilution last year, but notice how going into 2026, it actually kind of flatlined. And I think that's because they had no offerings, right? This was all offerings. They had a lot of them here, none this entire period. So maybe there's accumulation. And maybe this could be the start of a pump. It's a thought. You're looking at it from the fact EGRO went from 2 to 56 in 3 days. That really does change the rules heading into today. I agree to an extent. I feel like maybe you're giving the EGRO play too much sympathy right now. And maybe I'm wrong. I would like to see 1 or 2 other solid stocks move before I start to feel that conviction. I guess the next best one to compare would probably be BIAF, because that's one that has been a multi-day runner, and it's made somewhat of a move, right? $1 up to 5, so it's 5x'd. Not nearly as impressive as UGRO, but still certainly interesting. RBNE getting a little bit of a push here. Very nice. No news on this, by the way. So this entire move appears to be driven by no news. Huge spike of volume, though. What's crazy is this didn't actually move it that much. This is like a 20-cent move, but it feels like the whole world. And all of that was only on 100,000 volume? Really? Okay, nice recovery. That drawdown was quickly bought up. Yeah, we did say it. I think they said it. Out of all the stocks, RBNE was the most postured for the next big mover potential. I mean, this is hardly a big mover. Like, it looks impressive here, but realistically, I mean, this is like a 40-cent move. Like, it's really not even that impressive of a move by itself. Like, the stock's only up 12%. It's certainly the start of a good move. But yeah, that's really all it is at the moment. And I mean, hey, I wanted to go higher because I want to get involved with this thing. Yeah, it's definitely a start. Definitely got eyes on it. A bit of a wall there at 60. Nothing too big, though. It seems like a bit of a wall. Well, no, it's not even a wall, really. No. I'm seeing just as big buy orders on the bid. No, that's not really a wall. There's just a lot more shares than I expected on both sides. Yeah, the first real resistance you're going to run into is probably around 3. Then the next one is either, honestly, 350. You have a little bit here, but I don't know if that's going to really play so big of a role. Yeah, prior day's already been well beaten. Yeah, I think 3's the main resistance. Like, we're not even there yet, so interesting that we hit the wall here. SNGXPR. All right. Receives orphan drug designation from European Commission. Okay. So biotech with news. $10 million shares. RBNE possibly making another leg. All right, I have orders going out for SNGX if that one also wants to move. RBNE holding up very well. You've got a very, very strong looking uptrend. Good morning, Skavon. Auth Therapeutics deploys AI platform called OpenClaw to accelerate drug discovery. Okay. I mean, it's got the AI buzzword, but I don't know. That doesn't seem too crazy. See if it gets any traction. Beanie continuing to grind. You're getting closer to my entry. I want to see it go up more. I'm really looking to get in around 3. SNGX getting a good pop here now. Very nice resolution here. You're in RB and E at 239. Was hoping for a fresh runner, but this makes sense. Yeah, Hoth kind of has rolled over. SNGX seems like it's holding up better. Yeah, I guess we're just sitting tight here. I got 2 different orders out. SNGX and RBNE. They're not super close. Both of them are a little bit close, but not super close yet. I think SNGX has potential, though, just because of the volume inflow it had. Yeah, the Hoth Catalyst reads as a nothing burger to me. I'm not really expecting anything from it. SNGX might do something. We took a dip on SNGX at 129. Good luck, sir. Good luck. I mean, I think there's a chance SNGX could run. I'm a bit iffy that this volume candle in particular was very high. But it is still uptrending. Yeah, the volume's not super, super high yet. RBNE could be pulling back more. It's a pretty significant pullback, but it is on lighter volume. Right? All of this has been descending volume. This could honestly just be a legitimate pullback. Yeah, if SNGX gets actual like 100K volume, that could go to 150, 160. I agree. Good morning, my name. Good morning, sir. You got an RNBE at 238 and scaled out 263. Very nice. Yeah, this one seemed like one of the better opportunities, but even now, like I said earlier, this breakout, while it was impressive, it only made like a 20-cent move, 30-cent move maybe. It really didn't move that much. This is a slower grinder. It says only 7 million shares, but I suspect that number's off. This feels higher. Right, compare that to SNGX. Like, allegedly this one has a higher float, and yet this one's moving more with less volume. Still have half your position? There you go. No, and it could make another leg. Like I said, the pullback on RBNE, this has been light volume on the pullback. It's still certainly on the upper end of this uptrend too, so this is not dead by any means. This is a bit bigger of a pullback than I would have liked to see, but certainly not dead to rights. SNGX did get the break here. Very nice. 50,000 volume inflow from this. Yeah. There's some significant resistance at 145 on the daily. So 145 is your first real resistance level. Maybe 150. Somewhere around 145, 150 is your real resistance. We're basically knocking on that. We'll see how well it's respected. It's pushing it hard. It seems like there's some significant volume coming into it. Yeah, and this was a very clean uptrend too. Very few lower highs and very few lower lows, I mean. So this is a very clean uptrend. You had this one candle here that went below and that's it. You're out of RNBE. I don't like the fact that volume died and wasn't planning on making a swing out of it. Yeah, well, we'll see. Volume has certainly dried up. But it dried up on a pullback. Voxel worth watching too. I can't trade Voxel on either broker, so unfortunately, because of that, I haven't really paid much attention to it. You are right, though. It is curling very nicely. Yeah, I can't trade it, unfortunately. Neither broker let me. Schwab allows BOXL. I didn't have. Yeah, sorry, I should have clarified. Yeah, I'm not able to short it. There's just no shares available. Yeah, I should have clarified. That's my bad. Yeah. We'll take a starter at 146. If it tries again, it might. This feels strong. This feels genuinely strong. I have some orders starting over 150 for this one. I think it's going there. The fact that it's held this uptrend so well, and we're getting what appears to be the start of exponential incoming volume, I think we go for it. I think we're going to get in. It's also starting to pan out because the other two stocks, Boxo and RBNE, are both on the downside. So this one might be the one that starts the next leg up. Yeah, I'm getting pretty close to a fill too. But of course, pretty close is not a fill. Yeah, we're really knocking on that 145 to 150 resistance area now in the daily. We've knocked on it several times. AIFF. Ooh, very nice spike. Wow. AIFF. Huge spike up. I mean, it gave back most of it already, but yeah. Does have news. All right. Firefly confirms public-private partnership with Department of War. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good headline. And this is one that's actually been a multi-day runner as well. Right, you kind of had this run up here. It's pulled back a good bit. SNGX looking like the rug is in. Potentially. Yeah, looks like the rug might just be in. I genuinely thought it was going to break through this area, but maybe not. Yeah, I mean, Weeble seem so strange. Like, the one day Thinkorswim did very well, and now Weeble is the one doing very well. Okay. Well, you can see where I placed the orders here. That's annoying. I might have to fix that. But if you were observant, you'll know where I placed my orders. Okay. Yeah, SNGX looks like it's rolled over at this point. Yeah, I was aiming for low 150s. Didn't quite get it. It is what it is. Yeah, we'll see if this one actually wants to make another leg up here. Got some really good volume coming into it. Makes sense too. I mean, Department of War contract, that's significant, right? Especially given the environment we're in right now. Yeah, the news does sound like potentially repackaging. Looking through some of the other... No, this seems like new. Yeah, I'm looking through the other headlines. This doesn't seem like an older news. This seems recent. GLMD. I mean, it's kind of backside. From 90 to 220. There you go. At least we're getting some action today. This is a much more action-filled day than yesterday. We're not even half through yet. Okay, it's holding here. We'll see if this holds. If it does, I'd say that we could see a push back to high of day. Yeah. Okay, we got the 1 minute high. Does it resolve or do we immediately flush down? It seems to be a bit of a wall at 223. Got a pretty moderate sized buyer, 220. Okay. So it broke through 223 for just a moment, then immediately pulled back. Yeah, I don't really want to mess with shorting at these levels, though. This news catalyst seems too strong. It is a newer catalyst. It feels too strong to be wanting to get short here. I feel like my risk is a bit too high right now, and it needs to go up a little more. Still hasn't dipped to the 9 EMA, much less the 20. Yeah, no, it's holding well. You got some pretty significant volume inflow. It is a higher share outstanding stock, right? 15 million, that is much higher. You had a prospectus back in February, so not too long ago. There's a little bit of downward pressure. You'd be looking to dip long? Okay. Hello, good morning. Just got a little time to look at things. Yeah, no, it's been a very active morning. Quite surprised by some of the moves we've had. RBNE is still holding up, by the way. I know we haven't really focused on it much, but I still got my orders for it, and it has curled. It's getting ready to push back at highs. So that might be something to keep an eye on. Kind of slow for what happened yesterday. I mean, I'm talking in terms of pre-market to pre-market, right? We got to go apples to apples. Okay, ooh, pretty big seller on the level 2. There was like a 70,000 share seller at 209. I mean, that can be overtaken. This volume is higher than 70,000. Is this a rug right here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Seeing that big seller, certainly suspicious. Now I'm wondering if did my level 2 read pan out? That's what I'm trying to answer right now. So I saw the significant, what did I say, 70,000 or 90,000? I can't remember which one I said. But there was a big seller at 209. We pushed down, we had significant volume. That seller could have been absorbed. It's a rug I'm gonna be poor. I mean, we'll see. This volume is higher than that order that I saw. So maybe they got accumulated. I don't like seeing high volume bars candles back to back though. It is starting to look like distribution. We'll see. The only way it's not distribution is if we have another green candle and the volume is higher than these two. Might have been a spoofer. I don't know. It was on the ask. Right, if you're gonna spoof, you don't go on the ask. Putting it, we'll just say a 70,000, because I can't remember if it's 90 or 70 now. If they put a 70,000 share order at 209, and then you had 300,000 volume on that candle and the price went down, I feel like they probably hit the bid. I was very skeptical so far on AIF. I was looking for more Momo on it after the first 3 minutes. I mean, honestly, even this is still quite a strong uptrend. Like, just up to here. We'll see. Gonna get that 1 minute high. Did we get a huge surge of volume? You need big volume to negate this push down volume. It's got to be very big. Yeah, RBNE did curl back up. We basically double topped. You missed a huge winner on FCHL yesterday. Still locked in a solid 1.5 R after 5 trading days of 0.5 Rs. Very slow. Yeah. It's been very slow. Very early, but JFBR getting some unusual volume. Yeah, I see that, but it's price action wise, it's not doing anything. Bottom ticking everything on FHCL. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we get. We're about to hit top of the hour here. I mean, maybe this is even pricing in top of the hour. If nothing comes up, I would bet this, well, no, but if there's actual distribution, it doesn't matter. It's going to go down no matter what if it's distribution. So we had two very heavy candles. We've gone flat and the volume's decreased. I don't know. I don't know. Unless we get a huge volume of green, I feel like AIFF is done. You basically have to get a huge surge of volume in at this point. Because it's getting pressured hard here. He traded it 3 times and won all 3. Let's see. It's killing you today, though. Okay. I mean, it's been a pretty strong uptrend, though. Right, this first half was like a super, super strong uptrend. Okay, well, you broke out. You got some volume coming in. It needs more, though. This needs to be like 400,000 volume. I mean, it's getting up there. No, this is doing what I said it needed to do. It's got the volume. Yeah. This might actually reverse. That's significant volume. I said it needed at least 400,000. It got it on a green candle. Maybe this reverses. So these 2 push down candles of red are starting to get negated now. This might make a new leg. We'll see. You FOMO'd the top? No. No! Maybe I shouldn't speak so optimistically. We'll see. Yeehaw. LZN reporting positive top-line results and it's dumping. It sounds about right. Okay, so you're getting super, super high volume here. I mean, that's good, though. So this initial push down has been somewhat negated by this pop-up. Now, this didn't move up as much as I would have wanted it to, but at least you got the volume on green. Right, that's really what I wanted to see to negate this. So I have gone from, I was bullish here, I was bearish here, now I'm neutral to slightly bullish again. I think I'm slightly bullish right now. You're a sucker for defense contracts. Well, I mean, yeah, no, it's a good catalyst right now. ALZN full retracement. BATL looks like might be moving as well. Yeah, BATL breaking out, starting to run. Holy crap, what on earth? Look at how much this died. Wow, look at it on the daily. Wow, I was not paying attention to BATL. I didn't know it died this much. Was there like a secondary offering? Wow. That's crazy. We're at war, but we're not. Right. Okay, so I don't even think I can short this, and I don't really want to mess with BATL. I'm more interested in AIFF if it wants to break out. So acquisition on PULM. BATL still curling. Give me one moment. I just want to check something. Move something over here, rather. Yeah, this one. Okay. Right. Why is this thing here? Get out of here. So anytime I pop up the Weeble thing, I gotta always remember to click that. Yeah, a lot of potential moves, but nothing's really hit a home run yet. Yeah. That's kind of a good summary of what's going on. We've got multiple stocks that are lining up for potentially making a big move, but nothing yet. Okay, and is this just the rug? I was genuinely more bullish here, but maybe it is rugging. Mara just flying. Ooh, wow, yeah. 850. Okay, repurchase 1 billion convertible notes at a discount. Funded by 1.1 billion Bitcoin sale. There you go. Mm-hmm. I'm putting orders out for Mara. Okay. All right, well, let's see if we get moving on Mara. Mara's showing incredible strength. 380 million shares outstanding, though. Ooh, that's a lot of shares. We'll see. It's only up 7%. Even though this is a very powerful looking move, it's only up 7%. I mean, they're reducing debt, a significant amount of debt from a sale, so that's should be bullish. Okay, went through 9. Let's see how high this wants to go. Yeah, I got a size with 10. Yeah, I reduced size. Correct. Yeah, this is not the normal 8 share size. All right, well, we'll see if we get there. Yeah, it's a huge move. Considering that there's 380 million shares outstanding, this is significant. This is a very significant move. Yeah, we're coming up to resistance around, I'd say around 980s. So we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. There is some resistance around the 930s, which is where we're at right now. So there might be some hesitation here. We'll see. Late and light. You're looking historically at this chart. It doesn't seem like Mira typically does anything of a big move. Which makes sense. Again, the shares outstanding is massive, so it makes sense. Yeah, AIFF looks like it might be just on the backside. BTBD. It's going a little bit, yeah. Yeah, the crazy thing is, even with Mara, like the percentage on this, it's barely up 10%. It's not even up 10% anymore. So this isn't even that big of a move, if we're being honest. Yeah, there's no news on this. This is just kind of grinding higher, getting some volume. Yeah, let's see. We might get something. FCHL has been slowly grinding back. Its volume's been high, and it's actually been grinding up consistently. There hasn't been any really explosive move. This one was kind of. Okay, so this one here had like a 20-cent move. So this one was a little bit. RBNE goes to $10 by end of day, we'll be wondering why we weren't focused on it. No, I still have it on watch. I haven't taken it off watch. I still have my orders for it as well. I haven't given up on RBNE. It might be going now. Yeah, super nice volume here. No, RBNE is not a nano flow. This one's very thickly traded. Even on Thinkorswim, it says 7 million shares outstanding. Yeah, it's probably not going to do something like a UGRO. Odds are very low just because of the shares outstanding for it. And that's just what's reported. It could even be higher. Yeah, it could go to 3 or 4, I think. I'm just looking at the resistance on the daily here. Yeah, there's a pretty big wall once you get to 4. 5 would, if you get to 5, you've basically blown through everything. Yeah, maybe Mira's fizzling out. I had orders if it was going to run more. I don't know. I was just pricing in that it was going to go more. Maybe I underestimated it. The super high float is a factor that I didn't account for at the time. If I had accounted for that, maybe I would have lowered my entry to compensate, anticipating it wasn't going to move as much. I mean, on the flip side, though, so far, we haven't had a really big pullback. Right, you've gotten like a 40-cent pullback so far. That's only like a 25% retracement. You're showing good strength here. You got back in RNBE for my last trade of the day. Good luck, sir. Now only as if it wants to drop VWAP. Yeah, RBNE pushing really hard on 279. It ran 559% on 6/3/25, but that was when it only had 2.3 million shares. Now it's 7. Also, it was sympathy of the start of the Iran-Israeli war back in June. Yeah, this one's definitely a grinder. Mira is also curling, it looks like. Or at least it's attempting a curl. Yeah, very weird, though, that there was this much pressure up here at these highs, and it just kind of fizzled out. Did I get any of UGRO yesterday? No. No, we did look at it yesterday, but I didn't really think anything of it at the time. The way it was grinding was so slow-paced. It was just like a very steady grind up. I have a sixth sense at this rate point for easy money trades. There you go. And let me tell you, it's not tickling a lot recently. Oh, okay. Yeah, UGI was a grinder pre-market. We see what that ultimately did. Sounds similar to any ticker today. No, definitely not the one I'm looking at right now. But no, the thing is, though, with UGRO, even though it was a grinder, it was a very low float, right? So, like, RBNE probably doesn't match the criteria. Not saying RBNE can't run, I'm just saying I don't know if it's going to run as much. It's very strange, though, too, that it popped up like this, struggled here for a good, like, 1 test, 2 tests, and even these several minutes, then failed. Almost makes me feel like there was a seller here. Don't really love to see that. Yeah, we are coming up on the half hour. See how that goes. The gap scanner has actually been a bit deceptive because even though we had the 62% and 97% mover, the reality is that these were both moves that happened from yesterday, or in this case, super early in the morning. As far as actual moves today, like AIFF is our biggest gapper itself, and that's only 20%. So we've actually not had, despite how it kind of looks, we haven't really had anything that's actually moved significantly. Yeah, it did move very strange. Certainly. RBNE grinding down. Yeah, BATL could overtake. Yeah, RBNE just getting hammered. Yeah, just because this one has huge rebound potential, like this one's been hammered down hard, I'm afraid to really try and resist any push up this makes. 13 green days, 5 red so far. Okay. That's not bad. Assuming your green days are as big as your red days. PULM resumed, it looks like. Yeah, resumed straight to the depths, perhaps. Cancel SNGX. Yeah, so it resumed, shot straight up to 3, and then just immediately gave it all. You hate to see it. Yeah, Mara on the downtrend now. AIFF is actually curling a good bit. Maybe this actually does end up recovering. AIFF really has thrown me for a loop. I just have not read AIFF at all. Right? Like, back here, it looked bullish. We had these 2 candles of significant red volume. I thought we were going bearish. We had this sudden surge of volume, and we had these green candles. I thought we flipped bullish. We had these 2 spikes down, looked bearish, and now we've slowly grinded back up. Like, I cannot read AIFF at all. This one is just really, really acting weird to me. You FOMO'd yesterday, 3 shares at 325, got out at 510. That's quite the swing. Good stuff. Oh, I mean, maybe not the FOMO part, but glad you made money. As well. You have 8.5 R for March. Just did the math. Not crazy, but to be honest, this market was, yeah, this market. No, it's been very, I thought we were, like, the start of March, we were getting a little bit of momentum. Like, I was taking a trade a day almost. And then, yeah, it just stopped. Like, it went back to cold. BATL continuing its squeeze. We're seeing a bit of a ramp up in volume as well. Okay, TGL news. This is one that's kind of just bled down. Okay, liquidation only on Weeble, no shares to short on Thinkorswim. I think this one's a lower float too. I recognize the name. Yeah, 1.6 million, so it's a bit lower of a float. AKA and dumped, huh? Yeah. It seems like this has been happening a lot lately, where the stock gets over $1 and then just dumps as soon as it goes over $1. We saw the same thing happen on Rhea. Yep, to the depths. Even BATL, like, arguably the best mover pre-market. This one's only up 30%. I mean, I know we have those other ones that are up more, but these are continuations from yesterday, and they're basically overshadowed by yesterday. TGL though, sudden spike back up. Very nice. For no reason, you just didn't take the trades on BATL? Whoa, what a spike there. Wow. So I kid you not, I had an order that I tried to put out for 533. So that would have got me filled. Hmm. Unfortunately, wasn't there were no shares available on Thinkorswim, and it just wasn't shortable on Webull. No, this would have been an instant winner. Absolutely ridiculous pop, though. Into what looks like just a rug? I don't even know. RBNE getting ready to retest highs. It's curled. It has curled. Right, you're within 10 cents. At least from the high of this candle. AIFF slowly grinding back up as well. Market really got me looking at a stock up 2%, thinking is there an entry here? No, yeah, it's deceptively slower. BATL's our best mover, but this one is more of a dead cat bounce realistically, because this thing is just bled to the ground. Right? This is pure. At this point, you're basically catching the falling knife, right? This thing has just been absolutely hammered into the ground. And beyond that, you're looking at stocks that are up like 25% AIFF, 15% ABNE. Like, there's just nothing moving. Man, that would have been crazy if I got that TGL fill, though. That would have been crazy. I guess the dead cat bounce setup argument is what I kept telling myself, which is the reason why I didn't take it. Yeah, that's the thing, like, BATL, by normal standards, I would actually probably be short right now. If I would even find shares. Maybe there would be none to locate because this thing has just went to oblivion. But yeah, just knowing the history of how much the stock has moved, at least from a short bias perspective, I don't want to short into this. Like, maybe it keeps going, but like, if this bounces even to like 7, you're way underwater. And I mean, it's at 720 right now, so it's fully closed the gap from yesterday. And I mean, maybe it goes to 10. Like, it would be very realistic to go to 10 or something like that. I don't really think it's a wise idea for me to try and fight that. CHL. Yeah, I've been watching this one. It's had some great volume, but I don't know, it's not really resolving the way I would want it to. We've really stalled out. TGL actually curling. This one feels so suspicious to me, right? You had this weird pop. Looked like it was rugging hard. You're curling now. Yeah, TGL could do something crazy. This one's acting weird. Good morning, Lawson. AIF could be... I mean, it could be making a new high. I don't know. Like I said, I just haven't been able to read this one at all. It's been acting... This one's also been acting kind of weird. Did I see your UGRO trade in Discord? Your German man in Discord. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was a crazy trade you took on it. Terrible long, decent short this pre-market. I mean, I don't know. I don't actually know, Tristan. Like, it feels like we could be reaching a pivot point where stocks are gonna start to hold up better. At least based off of UGRO yesterday. I really wouldn't want to be too aggressive with shorting. Oh, you're talking just FCHL. How to know entry and exit points. For what? Oh, you're Kevin. Are you new here, sir? Are you new, Kevin? Wow, okay, Turb actually running here. And this was a stock that did a big run in the past. It's running again. Oil company, so it's the same name as BATL in terms of sympathy play. Okay. See how Turb wants to act, or if it's just going to immediately roll over now. No news on this, so this is purely a sympathy play. Right, well, I have orders for Turb. Now watch it immediately just roll over here. Can I teach you? I always seem to enter when the stock is about to fall. I don't know why. I'll tell you this, Kevin. This is a very, very difficult sector to be trading in. Day trading especially is one of the hardest. I would say it's one of the hardest things you could probably learn in most aspects of life, outside of like I don't know, like engineering or something. It is something that there is no real answer to in an objective sense, right? The closest thing to an objective answer would be something that makes money. But even then, like, day trading itself is very subjective in nature. I wouldn't be able to help you in that department. Nor would I really want to. Like, this is something that a lot of people do. A lot of people are just trying to make ends meet, trying to find what works for them. The vast majority of people cannot make money. That's just the reality, Kevin. Yeah, if anything, and this isn't like advice, of course, but what I would do is I would start testing, just checking documenting every single trade you take. And I would look at what works, what doesn't, and just try to see if you could find something, try to find a pattern, right? Just trade UGRO. Bro, you're sending him to the slaughterhouse. You're crazy, man. You're gonna send him to get eviscerated. I will say this might make another leg. It's held up well. Went to 230. Yeah, this one also, Turb as well. This one has been a very slow bleed as well. LNAI moving, but it's a penny stock, so I'm not really interested in that one. I mean, like, BATL and Turb seem like the biggest movers at the moment. And, I mean, it's just an oil play because of the war. So, that seems like the biggest connection I can have there. Yeah, 4 topping tails, that is true. This has had a lot of topping tails. And again, yeah, no news on it too, right? So this is purely a sympathy play of BATL. Yeah, no second leg for Turb, unfortunately. Unless you count this as the first leg. Yeah, I was looking to get short on the second leg. My first order was at 252, right? So that's where I was looking to get short if we were going to pop up. But we didn't even get that second leg. So yeah, even the sympathy big movers aren't doing it. BATL, only scalp opportunity, and my ass missed it. Well, no, but yeah, like, my signal would have fired if I took BATL, but I was very afraid to touch it, right? I mean, it's been so oversold. I feel like the upside risk of it bouncing just seems disproportionate. I didn't want to risk it. RBNE, looks like we could be just rolling over now on this. Man, it's all falling apart. It's all going down. Any news for potential stocks today? As far as stocks, like, we haven't really had anything that's had good news. Mara had that buyback that they did, right? They covered, what was it, $1.1 billion of Bitcoin or something? And they're using that to pay off some of their debt. But that's like the only real news we've had. SNGX failed. AIFF, they had some sort of war thing they did, right? Yeah, they partnered with the Department of War to support assessment, treatment. Yeah, so AIFF had news with the Department of War. But like, if you're looking purely at news catalysts, I genuinely don't think that's the best approach to learning this. Really, it's about documentation of your journey and trying to find what works, what doesn't, fine-tuning every little detail. I feel like that's a better approach, in my opinion, right? Like, at least that's what worked for me. Now you're back to break even, yeah. Yeah, we just didn't have anything that moved significantly pre-market. And it feels like that meme where like you're Squidward from SpongeBob just watching the party through your window. And you're just I'm like just watching the market open and the after hours, and I'm just not participating. I'm just like watching from the window, sulking in the corner. Taking stabs for a big day, but it's just not working. Yeah, no trades for me. I've tried several stocks, but just nothing has moved enough. The only one that would have gotten me filled would be BATL, and I just didn't feel comfortable with taking that level of risk. The pop potential seemed way too high for me, and it did actually move a good bit. I think I would be roughly break even or slightly in profit right now if I did short it. I think I'd be slightly in profit right now. But no, it's just too risky. Didn't wanna risk it. Yeah, RBNE is the one for me. AIFF also looks interesting. LNAI is running, not sure. I saw that one. That was the penny, right? Penny stock. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go from 40 cents to $1, I could consider engaging with it, honestly. Get me over $1. I mean, that's straight up. Okay, so we have news. All right, so what was the news on this? Executes $20 million strategic transaction at fixed 150 conversion. Acquiring BBB delivery platform for CNS Alzheimer's therapies with broad CNS delivery applications. Oh my God, that's a word soup. That's a lot of words. All right, so we're pushing up to $1 here. Okay, so it looks like an acquisition of sorts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually can't short it. There's no locates available on either platform. So I can't short this even if I wanted to. I was thinking about it too, because this is one that is very, very heavy downtrend. A short TGL? Good luck, man. Good luck. Did it actually end up popping again? It kind of did. S and S. Yeah, this one's just too cheap for me. You're short at 460. You timed the top on that then, man. 460 is like basically the top. Or at least so far. LNAI to the depths. Now double topping. It's the death sentence in this market. You can't double top in this market. Does look strong though. Yeah, Turb just gave everything back. Straight down. XPO. Yeah, another penny stock. Yep. Launches 50 statewide, state nationwide medication fulfillment capabilities. I feel like I've just been looking at the scanners lately, just not even really sure what to make of it because there's just nothing. When AI wants to push bed, it double top, but it looked like it was holding on the upper end. Right? I mean, this is a pretty powerful spike, right? Very strong uptrend on it. With that said, though, it is a 40-cent stock. It has 2x'd. I wouldn't be surprised if it just rolls over or something. Right? This is a stock that is a horribly, horribly downtrendy stock. How many shares does it have? 24 million. So it's got a good bit. Yeah. You missed that move? Yeah, I mean, it was a penny stock, so I'm sure it slid under a lot of people's radars. You bought him tick the 91 cent? There you go. Man, what a... I don't know, it's just been really difficult lately. Let's check something. So, let me go ahead. I'm going to look at my spreadsheet. We can look at this together because I'm curious. Let's see. Which one is it now? I think it's this one. Yeah. Pull it up so you guys can see it. Yeah, I made a new one so that I can use for a CVS file, just so I can, like, import it easier. I don't actually have one here, so I'll have to add one. It should be that. There we go. So I want to look over this a little bit. Move things around here. There's something on top. And actually, maybe I might need to actually hide myself just so you can see what I need to show here. So, another no trade day, but I want to look at the frequency. Right, so we've had 3 no trade, 1 trade, 3 no trade. Looking back here, we had 2 no trade, 2 trade. Then we had a huge range of 6 no trade days from February to March. So realistically, we're kind of in a similar boat with just the frequency of trades. And it's very disappointing how much I'm just not able to engage with this market. Right? We had some area here, like we had 3 trade days in a row here, but like it's just, we had a little bit here, right? So 4 trades in a 4-day period here. But it's just been really, really rough to find any period where I can execute what I want to do. Just stocks aren't moving. They're just not moving. And I'm like questioning to myself now. Why is that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, and I'm like questioning to myself now, is it me that's the problem? Do I need to adjust? Like, I mean, I built this strategy, but like, if the market's going to be this cold, is it appropriate for me to just be staying sized down like this? Or is there something I could adapt to at least engage a little? Because we're at the point now, I haven't traded, like both of my accounts are back up to 3-day trades because I just haven't been trading. Yeah, I don't know. It's rough. It's rough out there, guys, but yeah, I don't see anything else popping up on the scanners. Nothing's even attempting a curl right now. that I can see. LNAI is the only one. And I'm not even able to trade it in either broker. So I guess that's it for me today. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing else to really look at. But yeah, thanks for coming by, guys. It sucks, but that's how it is. Everyone's either losing money or barely making. Yeah, and that's another thing I want to mention too before I close up here. A lot of the people I watch right now, they have been really, really struggling to make consistent money in this market. Even some of the bigger people like Ross are just really struggling. And maybe that's just the situation. I keep in my head, I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong because I'm barely taking any trades. And that's something I got to really wrestle with. Is it purely because I'm being too defensive in a cold market? Or is the risk just too high to be taking on for short positions? You're only up $5 on LNAI just trades just now. Yeah. Live to trade another day. It's kind of looking that way. It works. It's just annoying the bank to bank at least average days each day. Well, it's certainly data, right? Nice breakout on LNAI. You don't think it's me? I don't know. I feel really weird, you know? I feel weird coming here each day. I sit here with you guys for 2 hours, and I don't mind being here, by the way. It's not about that, but I want to provide value, and I just feel like with what I'm doing, I'm just not really giving much value. You know? You've been flat since February 1st. Yeah, it's rough. Well, let's do a poll while we're still here, since some of you guys have stuck around. We'll see how people did today. On the eye, sideways for now. We've seen these ramp ups on volume and sideways about 20 times since October. You're still holding for the green? FATN actually moving a bit. Actually getting volume here. Honestly, this does give kind of the same setup of a pumpy dump. No news, popping up here, slow grind. This looks to me like a potential just pump and dump. Having an opinion and an outside perspective is good. No, I agree. And I'm not trying to discount what you guys are saying either. Interesting. So 20,000 share buy order here. It's dumped on you before. It's a big old fatty. Okay, so we have a little bit of a split. It seems most people have tried to engage today. More green than red, at least of those that are still around. Man, this just reads like a rug pull to me. Green to red on FLNAI, that rejection of 1 of 5 got me. Yeah, I saw it. It was a very sharp one. Yeah. Looked like it was going to roll over. It's still holding, surprisingly, but I don't know. Very strange that it just grinded straight up to $1. You had this fail and this pop and fail, and now it's just going side. It seems like somebody big is working with it here. You knew it the moment you exited your scalp on it. All right, I'm going to call it here, I think. Yeah, there's nothing even moving. BATL was certainly interesting. I could have shorted it. In hindsight, I would have made money if I did short it. I knew what levels I would have shorted it at. So I would have made money on it, but this one just seemed like it had too much potential. I tried to put orders out, and I did put orders out for its brother, Turb. I was looking for 250s to get short. 252 was my short. And we got a little close. We got to 243, but just did not quite get there. And this thing basically gave back almost the whole move. Did the video go down? I don't think it went down. I don't think I had any stream issues. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I can at least close out the week with a trade on here. Your YouTube keeps freezing up. My stream seems to be good on my end. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here. So you guys take care. I'll be